So one of the most important questions, should I learn Python, should I learn R, or what should I do? So I highly recommend that you learn the language that is associated with your project. For example, you are working on RNA sequencing data set, then I definitely recommend that you learn R language as compared to Python. If you don't know any of these languages beforehand, then you just need to focus on one language and just focus on getting the project done. And when you have time, then I also suggest that you learn Python, because both of these languages go hand in hand, and then they can be really instrumental, and they can be really useful for your career in the growth of your career, because both of these languages are actually very useful in bioinformatics. I will So I will explain Python. Python is actually very useful when you are trying to design a pipeline, when you are trying to do some machine learning based work. For example, there is a huge package called scikit and TensorFlow, PyTorch. All these are Python based packages that allow you to do machine learning based or deep learning based stuff on Python. And there are machine learning based packages available for R, but not as robust as they are available on Python. So I highly recommend that you go with Python in that case if you're working on machine learning and analyzing bigger amount of data. But if you are working on, suppose if you're working on core genomics projects and core transcriptomics projects, such as proteomics, mass spectrometry data, RNA sequencing data, stuff like that, then I highly recommend that you go with R language, because in that case, a lot of the packages, a lot of the pipelines are already pre-built, and they are available for you to analyze them easily, rather than rebuilding an entire wheel in Python. So I recommend both languages, but they have their own advantages and their disadvantages. But if you have time available, then I highly suggest that you start with Python, because Python is easier to learn. You can easily type in the syntax, and you can easily grasp it, as compared to R will take a bit of time. Once you understand the concepts of programming in Python, then you can easily apply them into R. Albeit you will have to learn a bit of syntax, because R is kind of difficult as compared to Python, but both are fruitful for you in your career growth. So I highly recommend that you learn both. But no matter which language you learn, is it Python, is it R, you definitely need to learn Linux, and I will talk about Linux in the next video.